Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. We have an update on an assault involving a tire iron. 2 more men are behind bars, accused of attacking a man on a bike, then coming back and firing a gun on Wednesday night. Police got a tip that the vehicle the men were driving was in the area of Career Avenue and Maple Street. Investigators believe 25-year-old Dakota Little Thunder and 26-year-old Gustavo Pena Escobar were part of the group involved in the assault. 28-year-old Joel Guerrero was arrested shortly after the incident when he showed up at the hospital with knife wounds. Police say they have not recovered the gun. Court documents say Little Thunder is also wanted for assaulting police in Kansas. Sioux Falls police have identified the woman who died after being struck by a train. Police say the victim was 29 years old, but they're not ready to release her name publicly. A railroad employee found her body early Thursday morning. Police are still trying to determine how and when it happened. Turning now to a first look at your midday forecast with meteorologist Megan Chatta. Saw plenty of rain yesterday. A little more on the way today, Megan?
That is right. Some more rain is on the way after several inches of rain across KELOLAND yesterday. The snow did not pile up in the Black Hills like we were expecting. Just a coating in some of the higher elevations. Right now, 32 degrees at Terry Peak. North winds at 16 miles an hour. We do have thick cloud cover over KELOLAND as we head through this afternoon, with some rain showers still in northeastern and central South Dakota. Here's a closer view as this system just sits and spins over KELOLAND. Right now, moving just to the west of Aberdeen near Fulton, Oneida into Pierre. Also right now we have 46 in Yankton, 44 in Watertown, 50 in Mobridge, and 34 degrees in Custer. We have strong north winds at 15 to 30 miles an hour with even higher wind gusts. There is a wind advisory posted through this evening for a majority of KELOLAND. So for today, with that strong winds, widespread rain still, 50 in Sioux Falls, 45 in Aberdeen, 48 in Pierre, and 45 in Rapid City. Then for tonight, we'll keep the winds stronger, but they will start decreasing west to east. Widespread rain chances still, 45 in Sioux Falls, 42 in Aberdeen, 42 in Pierre, and 30 in Rapid City. For your Saturday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. The winds will be lighter. Few early morning rain showers still in eastern KELOLAND. 52 Sioux Falls, 53 in Aberdeen, 53 in Pierre, and 49 in Rapid City. Sunday will stay mostly cloudy and our temperatures will rise just slightly. We do have another chance of rain coming midweek. We'll take a look at that with your 7-day forecast in just a little bit.
Thank you, Megan. Sioux Falls Fire Rescue and departments across the country are in the midst of Fire Prevention Week. Fire Prevention Week is the longest-running public health observance in the U.S., taking place every October since 1925 in commemoration of the Great Chicago Fire. This year's theme is Cooking Safety Starts With You. Pay attention to fire prevention.
Number one way to cut down on an unwanted kitchen fire is to be in the kitchen the entire time you're cooking. The second thing we can do is keep a lid to whatever we're cooking so that we can place a cookie sheet or a lid on top of the pot or pan that we're using. So if it gets too hot or starts on fire, we can just put a lid on it, take the oxygen away, and the fire will go out.
Fire Prevention Week happens during the week of October 9th each fall. It's designed to provide public education and decrease casualties caused by fires. The Rapid City Fire Department Firefighter Challenge Team is the 7th best squad in the world. The team traveled to Martin County, Florida, October 3rd through the 8th for the World Finals of the Firefighter Challenge. This competition pits teams from around the world against each other to try and get the fastest time across a variety of events. The end result was a final team time of 4 minutes, 51 seconds, ranking the team as 7th in the world, and several members breaking personal records as well. The South Dakota Department of Education says public schools are growing in a promising way. The overall attendance rate for the 2022-23 school year stayed steady at 86%, but economically disadvantaged students increased 4% from 2021. The four-year graduation rate rose to 84%, up from 82% the previous year. The proficiency rate for English language arts was 50%, and the proficiency rate in math remained steady at 43%. Digital reporter Ray Yost is digging into the report card in more depth. She'll have that report coming up on KELOLAND.com with a KELOLAND original. The South Dakota Transportation Commission had an easier time awarding road and bridge projects to contractors this week. Contractors submitted low bids that were below estimates for 6 of 9 projects on South Dakota highways. The commission followed the State Department of Transportation's recommendation to accept 8 of them and reject 1. The lower bids are a change from a previous round when bids came in higher than the project's estimated cost. KELOLAND's Bob Mercer explains how a DOT meeting with contractors may have helped. That's on a Capitol News Bureau page right now. The U.S. House of Representatives remains divided as the race to be the next Speaker of the House has taken another turn. Scott McFarland has the latest from Capitol Hill.
There's a mix of anger, frustration, and exhaustion here at the U.S. Capitol as this Speaker race drags on. Last night, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, sensing it was slipping away from him, there were too many defections inside his own party, quit his run, his pursuit of being the next Speaker. And there's so much animosity and division among House Republicans after last week's historic ousting of then Speaker Kevin McCarthy that it's unclear who can get 217 votes and be the next Speaker.
Are you running for Speaker?
The man Scalise defeated earlier this week to win the nomination, Ohio's Jim Jordan, who was endorsed by former President Trump, said out of respect for Scalise, he wouldn't announce his intentions Thursday night, but was moving clearly in the direction of a run. In the meantime, the clock is ticking, roughly a month till the next deadline for a government shutdown, and members of Congress have acknowledged quite clearly they may soon have to approve aid for Israel. House Republicans meeting behind closed doors today, but one of them told me it's quite clear there's no clear ending in sight. Scott McFarland, CBS News, the Capitol.